Over the last year, Ghana has cemented its position as a unique ecotourism destination. This has sparked calls by the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Ghana to ban the commercial use and export of wildlife and its meats. However, Commissioner of the Ghana Wildlife Conservation and Management Commission, Aloma Sankar, is of the view that putting a ban on the wildlife trade would affect persons who rely solely on the wildlife trade as their main source of income.
It does not mean that we have to ban the trade, the export trade or the wild meat trade. The discussion here would have to be about responsible practices so that we do not endanger the species that are being traded. Given that the Commission is new and the Act it was brought into force in 2017, there's obviously a lot of work that we have to do to manage particularly the domestic trade. And so the Commission is actually at this point building its capacity now to regulate the domestic trade.
The Commissioner added that there are specific seasons set aside for hunting since her agency works constantly to monitor the wildlife populations in Ghana to ensure species native to the country are not depleted or endangered.
So this would be the period that wildlife is not supposed to be trapped or sold during this period, and it's to protect the species during the breeding period. So any sort of utilization that we have must not deplete the population. So I know the concern of Tade is that if tourists come to Ghana, we do not want our wildlife populations dwindling. But we can utilize our populations and ensure that it's not dwindling.
One wildlife trader who prefers to remain anonymous opined to Nightly News that while the tourism industry makes a significant contribution to Ghana, so does the wildlife trade, since it creates employment for several persons, especially those from indigenous hinterland villages.
It will affect me because I have investment, I have station, and then staff. What will I do with them? The cement industry right now, the sugar industry is out. The leather industry collapsing. This is it's sustained. A lot of people depend on it.
It is the current president of the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Ghana, Mitchell Ramkumar, who had intensified calls for the ban. Speaking with Nightly News in December last, Ramkumar explained the source of his concerns.
We are continuing to pressure our rich biodiversity, and that is why Guyana stands out as a destination. That is why we were given the prestigious award as the #1 ecotourism destination. So if we continue to extract and exploit, then we will end up with a dead forest. And that is the point, that it is an extremely fragile balance. And if we continue down the road of exporting and commercial use of wild meat, then one day we wake up and there will be nothing left.
For the HGP Nightly News, Colwyn Abrams.